Part 2. The Descent into Chaos. Trust is fragile, and when it shatters, the pieces cut deep. Kunle thought he was making a power move. Instead, he walked into a nightmare. The deal was a trap. The people he trusted, liars. And the ones he ignored, they were right all along. Now, he's in too deep. The syndicate owns him. His best friend has betrayed him. And the woman who lured him in? She's not just a business partner, she's the executioner. But Kunle isn't ready to die just yet. He has one shot at escape, one last hope. But will he make it out? Or is it already too late? Kunle sat frozen in his office chair. The three men staring at him were no ordinary businessmen. They were enforcers of the syndicate. "You thought you were signing a business deal," one of them sneered. "No, Mr. Adeyemi, you signed a contract for your life." Kunle's pulse raced. "What do you want from me?" he asked, trying to keep his voice steady. "Your loyalty. You will launder our money through your companies. If you refuse, well, let's just say we know where your wife sleeps." A cold chill ran down Kunle's spine. He had made a terrible mistake. That night, Kunle rushed home, locking the doors behind him. "Adesuwa," he whispered, shaking her awake. "You were right. I made a mistake." Adesuwa looked into his terrified eyes. "Kunle, tell me everything." He did. Every detail. The syndicate, the threats, the fact that his company was now a front for criminals. Adesuwa's hands trembled. "We have to run." Kunle shook his head. "No. If I run, they'll kill us." Adesuwa's eyes filled with tears. "Then you have to fight." The next morning, Kunle's assistant, Chike, called. "Sir, something strange is happening. The board of directors is demanding answers. There are suspicious transactions appearing in our accounts." Kunle grabbed his car keys and rushed to his office. But as he stepped outside, a black SUV screeched to a halt. Men in masks grabbed him, shoving him into the vehicle. The last thing he heard before darkness swallowed him was Adesuwa's scream. Kunle woke up in a dark warehouse, his hands tied to a chair. A deep voice echoed through the room. "You belong to us now, Kunle." Zara stepped forward, her eyes cold. "You will obey, or you will disappear." Kunle clenched his jaw. "What do you want?" "A test of loyalty. We need you to move 500 million through your company by tomorrow." Kunle's heart sank. If he did this, there would be no turning back. "And if I refuse?" Zara smiled. "Then Adesuwa will suffer first." Kunle was released the next morning, shaken but alive. He drove straight home, where Adesuwa was waiting. "Kunle, you have to report this to the police." Kunle shook his head. "They own the police." "Then we need a way out." Kunle took her hands. "I won't let them hurt you." But deep down, he knew it was only a matter of time. Musa visited Kunle that night. "Kunle, listen to me. Tunde has been working with Zara all along." Kunle's hands balled into fists. "What?" "He set you up. He gets a cut of every deal you make for them." Kunle's world tilted. His best friend had betrayed him. "I'll kill him," Kunle growled. Musa placed a hand on his shoulder. "We need to be smart. We need a plan." Kunle and Musa met in secret that night. "We fake your death," Musa said. Kunle's eyebrows shot up. "And then what?" "Adesuwa escapes to Ghana, you disappear. The syndicate loses control." Kunle exhaled. "If we do this, there's no going back." Musa nodded. "There was never a way back, Kunle." Meanwhile, Tunde sat in Zara's office, grinning. "Kunle is getting nervous. I can convince him to obey." Zara smirked. "You better, because if he betrays us..." She placed a gun on the table. "You'll deal with him." Tunde swallowed hard. Kunle and Adesuwa packed their bags, but just as they reached the airport, a group of armed men appeared. "They found us!" Kunle grabbed Adesuwa's hand, pulling her through a side exit. Gunshots rang through the air. Kunle's chest tightened. "We won't make it out alive." Musa arrived just in time, ramming his car into the gunman. "Get in!" As Kunle and Adesuwa jumped into the car, A bullet tore through Musa's shoulder. Kunle screamed as his friend slumped forward. "Drive!" Musa gasped. Kunle knew then. Musa wasn't going to make it, but they had no choice. They had to leave him behind. Hours later, Kunle received a text. "Musa is dead. You're next." Adesuwa took his face in her hands. "Kunle, this is our last chance. If you don't stop running, they'll never stop chasing us." Kunle looked into her eyes. "Then let's end this." Kunle's mother knelt in front of him. "Son, don't fight this war. Leave everything behind. Start over." Kunle's heart ached. "I can't, Mama. I have to finish this." She wept. "Then I pray you return alive." Kunle kissed her forehead. "I promise." But deep down, he knew it was a lie. There would be no happy ending. To be continued. Stay tuned for the explosive final part where secrets are revealed, lives are lost, and Kunle faces his ultimate fate. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the thrilling continuation.